Who died first, Adam or Eve? The truth will shock you. We all know how Adam and Eve's story began: paradise, temptation, and the first sin. But what about the end? What were their final moments like? Did they cry for the paradise they lost? Did they ever stop blaming themselves? And most importantly, who died first? The Bible doesn't explicitly tell us, but ancient texts and hidden clues reveal shocking details about their last days. Stay with me, because this isn't just about history. It's about understanding life, death, and the hope that remains even after the biggest fall. Adam and Eve's story isn't just an old tale. It's the story of all of us. It's about choices, regrets, and the pain of losing something precious. They were the first to taste sorrow, the first to feel the weight of sin, but they were also the first to seek redemption. Their final moments weren't just about death. They were about learning to live with the consequences of their choices. Today, we uncover who died first. Did they regret their decisions? Did God ever speak to them again? And was their ending peaceful or tragic? Imagine waking up every morning and seeing the gates of Eden closed forever. Adam and Eve could see it, but they could never return. The lush gardens, the eternal joy, the presence of God, it was all gone. The ground was now cursed. Adam toiled under the scorching sun, sweat dripping as he struggled to grow food from the hardened soil. Eve felt the curse in every painful childbirth, knowing that suffering was now their reality. Every moment reminded them of what they had lost. They had children, Cain, Abel, Seth, but even that joy was stained with sorrow. Their firstborn, Cain, killed his own brother. Imagine the heartbreak of seeing your son take another's life. Adam and Eve had introduced sin into the world, and now they saw its terrifying consequences. Did they sit in the evenings, staring at the stars, whispering regrets? Did Adam ever hold Eve's hand and say, "If only we had obeyed"? But despite everything, they did not lose faith. They still prayed. They still longed for God's mercy. Here's where things get mysterious. The Bible tells us that Adam lived 930 years, but it doesn't mention Eve's death. Did she pass away first, leaving Adam to mourn alone? Theory 1. Eve died first. Some ancient texts suggest that Eve's heart broke from sorrow. She saw her son kill his brother. She saw Adam struggle every day, and she blamed herself. She had been deceived by the serpent. Because of her, humanity was cast out of paradise. She carried that burden for centuries. And when she took her last breath, some say she whispered Adam's name, asking for forgiveness one last time. Adam, now alone, buried his beloved wife. He sat by her grave, tears falling into the dust. He had lost his home. Now he had lost his companion. Was this his final punishment, to live alone until death took him too? Theory 2. Adam died first. Other accounts suggest Adam died first. Some say he became weak, lying under a tree, unable to work the land anymore. As he felt death approaching, he called his children and told them the story one last time, the story of Eden, of sin, and of hope. He looked toward the east, toward Eden, and whispered, "Forgive me, my Lord." And with that, the first man closed his eyes forever. Eve, heartbroken, buried Adam with her own hands. She sat by his grave, whispering prayers. How much longer did she live after that? No one knows. But one thing is certain. When she passed, she wanted only one thing: to see Adam again. Did you know Adam and Eve's burial site is still a mystery? Some say Adam was buried at Golgotha, the very place where Jesus was crucified. If true, this means the first man's grave was at the same spot where the Savior redeemed mankind. Others believe they were buried in the Cave of Treasures. Even in suffering, God's love remains. No matter how far we fall, there is always a way back. Their final lesson is one of hope. They fell, but they found mercy. And so can we. A story that never ends. So who died first, Adam or Eve? We may never know for sure, but what we do know is that their ending was not just about death, but about redemption. Their story continues in us. Their choices shape the world we live in. But just as they found hope beyond their mistakes, so can we. If this story moved you, let me know your thoughts in the comments. What do you think happened in their final moments? Let's continue this journey together. Until next time, keep seeking, keep questioning, and never lose hope.